Also, for this reflection piece, I accidentally did one of these questions as your growth as a reader and thinker, obstacles, difficulties, and what success in this class slash school means to you. For each one, I actually did all three of them for each piece, how I felt. You said I was fine, so I'm just going to include that. I just wanted to let you know and remind you. But thank you very much. I had a great year. Thank you. My first piece is the Fahrenheit and Metaphors, Fahrenheit 451 unit. I got a 40 out of 40. So I included this Fahrenheit and Metaphors because it was one of the first of many pieces that taught us to look into the deeper meaning of what was actually written. This also shows the character development as Montag in an interesting way that lets you see a different shade of meaning and a more fleshed out character of who Montag really is. This also reflected what I learned by showing that we were taught to think critically and analytically as we discussed certain metaphors and what they meant. By analyzing what they meant, we were able to plot them out on the timeline and analyze how Montag changed over time. So I learned critical thinking and analytical thinking. This piece then illustrates how I was able to understand the meaning of this book through my own analysis and clearly lay out my thinking for others to see. This piece then has a meaning to me in my academic and professional career, as by succeeding on this piece, I know that I'll be able to use those skills of analytical thinking and critical thinking throughout my life to solve problems and understand the world and news and politics that we live in. Reflection piece number 2 was my final social justice gallery project from the argumentative unit. I got a 32 out of 30. I made a YouTube video. So I include this piece because of how much I learned through this project and how much effort I put into it. Through it, I learned how to form an argument and how challenging it can really be. Even today, after the project is over, I think about my argument and maybe its weak points, or maybe where I think it was correct in moving it into our everyday society. This piece reflects the skills I built on how to structure an argument. I was able to do it professionally, and I feel that I accurately conveyed how I felt about the issue. This piece shows that I am able to argue a point and also admit where my argument may be weak, so I can strengthen it and refine it. It shows that I worked very hard on the project and it paid off. So my growth was tremendous following this project, and it taught me to see all the sides of an argument as well as why other or my own arguments are structurally unsteady or not very good arguments. So my final piece was the Mayola Yule TDA from the To Kill a Mockingbird unit. I got a 20 out of 20. So I included her final TDA because I thought the question was very difficult and it took me a while to think about and fully comprehend and answer the question. It also showed my growth as a student, as it showed that I can analyze a text and I can funnel all of this information down into one thing. Plus, I'm also proud of what I wrote. So this piece, again, shows the in-depth character analysis as well as the deeper meaning behind the text. This piece shows that I am capable of writing an analysis piece and seeing what the text is discreetly conveying as the prompt of what the characterization of Mayola Yule say about the 1940s Alabama culture. And that took a lot to condense as we had to take in all of the other events that happened in To Kill a Mockingbird and funnel them down into an analysis piece where we analyzed everything and we crunched it into what we think Harper Lee was trying to say through the characterization of Mayola Yule. So for these kinds of pieces, I actually struggled on, especially To Kill a Mockingbird, as the text was so large. I had to funnel all of what happened down into an answer. And I always feel like I know what I'm going to write about for these kinds of things, but it was very difficult sometimes to fully articulate when the text was so large. But I think this piece shows that I am capable of that. I just know that next time I need to always be analyzing while I read, not after, so that I don't have to go back and redo things.